Well, are you looking for a job? Today doesn't necessarily mean searching through the newspaper with your highlighter and circling anymore.
That's old school.
That's real old school.
Yeah.
Not the case anymore. Now you can find your next job or advance your career by networking and connecting with others.
Your network is your net worth. And here to tell us a little bit more about that, it's a lot easier than it actually seems. Jocelyn Greenky, she is an office culture and politics expert. Welcome back here to CT Style. But I think before we get into all that, you really want to talk about your childhood celebrity crush.
Oh, I have to tell you, I was David Partridge, you know, in the Partridge Family.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I grew up in the 70s.
There you go. But she also said George Clooney still
George
has
Clooney.
it, right?
He has my
your guy.
heart. I just think he's hot. You know, just simply smart and hot.
There you go.
That's what you said about me during the commercial break.
I
Now
did.
you want to say it on TV. Come on.
I did. You've got the package.
Thank you. Well, let's talk about part of having the package is
Yeah.
networking. You got to bring a lot to the table here.
Right. Well, one thing is to get out of your house. You know,
There's
you
a
can't
start.
just sit behind your computer. You've got to get out and talk to every single person that you're looking for a job, because you never know who is going to help, you know, facilitate that and open up the door.
Right.
And when you are talking to someone, have a pulse behind hello. Like, good morning, how are you?
Right.
What's happening? You know, what's going on? Just, you got to have a pulse behind hello.
Yeah.
Because you actually found a job after a cocktail party.
Oh, yes, I did. Unbelievably, I went to a party and I knew I wanted a new job, and the woman told me she liked my lipstick. So I sent her, after we connected authentically, you know, I was in the moment,
Yeah.
I sent her the lipstick, and I didn't see her for, I don't know, months. And then I ran into her on a train, of all places, and
Wow.
she's like, hey, you're Jocelyn, who sent me the lipstick. And then one thing led to the next, and she was leaving her job at Philip Morris, and she helped me get the
She
job.
helped you, yeah.
And that was my dream job at the
Wow.
time.
That is wild.
That's
Yep.
terrific.
And it was all because, you know, for 15 bucks, you know, I went and got the lipstick, and I sent it along, and she appreciated it, and I did it because I wanted to, and
It's a small gesture that really went a long way.
it did.
Kind of how I met my husband. He sent
Yeah.
a book to me after he was on our show.
No kidding.
That-
What,
that's
Oh.
what did it.
what was the book?
It was Linda Cohen of Conehead. We were talking about women in the media while he was here.
Oh, okay.
And then I married him. So I see your
Wow.
point.
Yeah.
Full circle. Full
Yeah,
circle.
it's really interesting when you go and get a job and you have a job. Make sure that you get out of your hotel room. Make sure you take all those travel tips. Don't eat in your hotel. You know, get out,
Meet new people.
meet new
Right.
people all the time. Go to the gym. Go to the best gym that you can afford, because you know, if you're looking to advance, you want to be surrounded by
Movers
those.
and shakers, that's where you might
You
meet
do.
them. Now, I struggle with LinkedIn. I've had an account for like 5 years. I don't get it. People endorse me for Microsoft Paint, Microsoft Word, painting.
It's two things
like,
you
what's
don't really
the-
even
yeah.
do. How do these people know? Why are they endorsing you in it?
You know, that is, I mean, it's great, but I've never really looked at who's endorsing who for all those skill sets. I think it's just sort of the play of LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn is such a wonderful resource to really find other people. You can do a ton of research. I'm much, you know, that particular area is just a do-gooding kind of effort on behalf of somebody who's searching you. You know, it's just a nice,
Yeah.
you know, nod.
Well, it's great because through social media now there are so many ways to open doors and meet new people.
Connect with
But
people,
but
right.
at the end of the day, it's really all about meeting them in person.
Yeah,
Would
you really
agree?
have to have a connection like this. And then you have a chat. You know, you guys, we all know each other. I've been here a bunch of times, and you know, I think it's really important that when you're having a conversation, there's nothing else going on around you. You're literally in the moment with someone, and you know that I have your back and you have mine potentially.
Sure.
And that, you know, moving forward, you know, I could call you and say, listen, do you happen to know a job in programming, or do you, whatever it is. It's really important when you're networking that you're always positive, and the other thing is to talk about the other person. So I'm less important than what you are. So that is really, really important. People want to talk about themselves, and if I show a positive interest in you, which is true, then you're going to have trust with me, and that's what you're building, is the trust.
Those are great words
Yeah.
to live by.
Excellent
That's
tips.
fantastic.
Great
Make
segment
networking
today.
so much
Thanks for
easier.
coming on.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Jocelyn.
My
Always great to
pleasure.
have you
Absolutely.
here.
Thank you again.
Have to have you back on soon.
All right, coming up.